Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I am a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. Today we're going to talk about that it is time to tie up loose ends. I'm seeing a lot of people that have been being stuck in moving forward at the fastest rate that they actually have potential to do. It's a feeling of being like I've done the work and I'm kind of still just waiting for something to happen, something to show me the direction, something to show me the way. I need to see the sign. I've really energetically, I've even let go. So things should be transpiring, things should be shifting, things should be changing. Yet they're still experiencing, with some of the people I'm seeing, is a shift or be shifted experience. Because the reason is there's not enough action being taken and being able to implement this in a place of trust, knowing, believing, and really just keeping stuck energy constantly moving, because anytime energy gets stuck in one place, you will stay in that circle and cycle of that, what feels like that definition of insanity, going around and around until something gives or moves. This has put people a lot on the fence with a lot of different things. And some of the top things I've been seeing in this is jobs shifting and letting go and being forced to shift into new careers or new, even into the purpose work, I guess I should say, because it feels like that with so many people, doors are being closed after closed after closed as they're trying to move forward with what they think that will be, this job would be the one, or this one will fit what would work, or this would help me be in alignment if I'm over here. But the problem is it's still pulling you out of alignment with what it is that's your mission, that's your purpose, that's what you came here to do. And this is everywhere, from people that are now feeling like been put in positions that jobs are on the line, that they feel like they could be fired at any given notice based on some scenarios that have taken place. And I'm seeing this with multiple people, okay? So this says to me, this is the hot topic of the week, but I also got to say it's not just about jobs. And a lot of people have been doing this with other areas of their life, being able to move and move, not just and say like from a house to a house, but like from like one city to another, or like one state to another, and that they're being called to move in these places or take action in these places, but they're not taking the action because they're still stuck and they're still froze. And what I'm saying in this tying up loose ends, it's time to do another reevaluation of where you are with what's not serving your purpose here, and really just start acting as if before it even totally manifests. Like basically what I'm saying is, in that if you're feeling like you're going to be moving or need to move, then you just need to start clearing out your house and downsizing it as if you're already moving and you know you're moving and you're literally getting prepared. One of the things I would tell you, I just moved out of my chiropractic office last week, and I had done just that for a long time, about a few years of downsize, to the point where when I literally physically went to move, I spent 2 hours going through anything and everything and shifting things out of the practice. I had basically only 3 things that had to be gotten rid of as far as to sell. They all sold within that week, of that last week, or a couple days after, a couple days before. And then I had things that my daughter's a massage therapist in my office, that anything that spilled over, she had the guy that, took over my practice, that a couple things, I left for him that were nice little gestures and things like that. So basically, honestly, it was the smoothest transition of my life, but I'd already prepared for it. I already knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. But whenever I knew when, then everything I needed for that journey fell into place, down to I just signed a lease for July 1st. And by the July 15th, I knew it was done. and it was time. And so like I had somebody to take over the lease. I had what I needed. The person that purchased my table got it in the exact perfect moment of the week. I mean, it just shows up, and like I kept moving. And what we do sometimes in this is we stall ourselves in the thinking about how much we have to do, and we wear ourselves out just in the process of thinking about all that has to be done. I got to tell you, I knew I was moving and I put no effort into that. I still kept creating. I still kept going in my forward motion. On then the days that came up that it was down to the wire, I put a little bit of time because I'd already prepared all of that in the past and it was ready to go. So I'm telling you, got to act as if. And I had acted as if, knowing that one day soon this was coming. I didn't know when or what, but I was acting along the way. And I also got to tell you, like over the weekend, I personally even went to a Crystal Fest, a fair and locally, and I had a reading done. And she's like, you know, it came up about me going on these trips and that I was going to be moving and you know this. I said, yeah, I know I'm moving. I don't own the space that I live in. It's a staycation. I have towels and silverware and pots and pans. Everything is furnished. I just on a staycation, like, you know, living here, but like, I don't know when it's going to leave. Although I want to take this room with me when I go because it's the perfect room for my office, you know, and plus I have a portal right back here. But, when she said that to me about it was time I was going to be moving, and I'd already known, I've already been feeling this, but I don't know where and I don't know when. I just know that, especially how everything else is unraveled in my life and all the connections, I feel it coming, and it's coming stronger and stronger. And she said it has to do with something about after these trips at some point. We'll see. I'm not worried about that. However, what I will tell you is even though I don't have much to own, I'm going to be in the next couple months starting a process of going through in preparation. And I don't even know when it's happening. So I'm telling you to do the same thing. This will move the energy around. It will keep things moving. So if this happens to be, like, say, for instance, your job, and you're being called into purpose and livelihood and bring something to form, and it's been sitting there and you haven't been taking a lot of action on it because you've been wearing yourself out with the mundane of the repetition of the clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing and clearing that you don't have to be clearing because really the storm is over, and that you're only have an illusion that the storm is still out and you're getting out the umbrella, and it's time for the sun to come out. Rainbows, and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is yours to take. That's where it is. So I'm telling you, and here to tell you, the storm's gone. So put your umbrella away and step into your empowerment, and to know that just finish dotting some I's here, crossing some T's, but get energy moving, and it will help you get unstuck. It's going to help you heal these connections to your past in doing so. So let's just talk about that for a second. Just like tying up loose ends in your life, you might need to tie up loose ends in relationships. And I'm not just talking about beloved, but you might need to tie up some loose ends with beloved too. Meaning that, you know, it's time to like let go to another layer. It's time to maybe within self to let go of another layer of thoughts, feelings, or negative emotions. It's time to consider this like a final lap around, and you're at the finish line. Just claim it. Because here's the key here, and here's what the problem is with this. It's like you're sitting back, giving your power away to someone to make the choices for you, so therefore you don't know what direction or action to take, so you're not taking any. And this is the problem. You need to take action as if, and not even knowing what the as if or the destination is. It's showing you trust the process when you do that and you take action towards something, number one. Number two, it's keeping the energy moving not only in you, but around you. It's helping you to shift out of those same old patterns of insanity. And, you know, it's also helping you finish up what you need to do with things with friends or families or beloved that maybe you need to, like I said, heal. In addition to that, like what I'm seeing also in this is like people becoming empowered, and then they're afraid that the connection they have with themselves, they're holding onto that power for empowerment and afraid to let their light shine or give their power away yet and get into purpose because they feel like they don't have the energy for it. But that's because you haven't learned how to hold on to your power. You haven't learned how to stay in a place of harmonic give and take, of connecting with people and experiences around you that allows you to receive. But that's also then because you haven't been open, willing, and ready to receive. You need to go another layer deep in that, into dotting this I and crossing T and finishing up a loose end here to say, I'm open, I'm willing, and I'm ready to know what it is I came here to do. Like, you came here for a purpose. You came here for a reason. It's time to dot I's, cross T's, and get in alignment. And there's nothing holding you back now but you. There just is nothing holding you back but you. So to align with what you came here to do, there's a few questions that would tell you, or a few things that would tell you to do. Number one is ask yourself the question, am I open to doing what I came here to do? Am I willing to do what I came here to do? Am I ready to do what I came here to do? And the thing is, you have to then be all of those, open, willing, and ready. And if you don't feel like you are, then the question is, next question would be, well, why not? Because you signed up for it. Why don't you want to wipe your slate clean, start fresh, and do what I tell people and teach people to do all the time in my ReBoot program, that, you know, life is meant to enjoy, and therefore we need to paint it, own it, love it, live it, and share it. And if you're not painting, owning, loving, living, and sharing what your life and what you came here to do with people, you're not going to be content until you do. You will be put in positions of new teachers, new jobs, new situations, new circumstances, and or the ones that are your aggravating teachers will continue to push your buttons that trigger you until you surrender, until you let go, until you face yourself, until you look in the mirror and say, number two in this, I decide to do what I came here to do. That's your mantra. I'm in complete, whole, willing, and ready decision. I decide to do what it is I came here to do. Now, when that happens, it's going to trigger you for fear. Number one, fear is that takes action. That takes ending a relationship. That takes, you know, stepping energetically outside of your job, or maybe physically outside of your job, because if you don't make a choice to start getting out of it, you're going to be put in a position that it will make it harder on you to be forced out of it. Trust me, I know, because that's part of the path I chose. Now I've learned a quicker path, and I'm here to show you the quicker path. That's part of my mission, to help you align with your soul's purpose and get in alignment and full connection to your higher self, so you can, like, now we're letting go of these lower things. So by dotting I's, crossing T's, and tying up loose ends is going into your lower self and trying to clear up the lower vibrational blocks that are still blocking you, that are still keeping you stuck. And as I mentioned, if it's the case, it's because you're still holding on to something and haven't surrendered to something in there. Because it's time to tap into the higher self, the higher wisdom, the higher energy, activating your high heart energy that's creating the root energy within the heart, so you can let love live through your heart and not your head. That means you have to honor your feelings in this. That means you have to pay attention to your attention and your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And you need to reprogram that and be in a place of not beating yourself up and not sabotaging yourself, but in acceptance of all of you and where you're at. And most importantly, out of that, then the takeaway from that is you need to commit to taking this action. so that you get to choose to change. You get to choose to shift. And you get to stay empowered that way rather than being doubly disempowered by one, not being in alignment with your soul's purpose, but then two, somebody coming along and forcing you into it. That's like a double whammy hitting from both sides of the, you're getting hit on both sides of the street there, you know? And you need to, in this process, to, when the obstacles come up, they're only an illusion of the needing the umbrella, and to know that those obstacles are really just there to continue to mold you towards your direction of your divine purpose and mission of what you came here to do. So I come here today in this, it feels like something's coming in. So let me just see what this is. This place that's from within your higher self, that you have not seen the truest version of yourself up there in the higher self. So I come here today to take you to that place, to take you to your authentic truth, to take you into the space inside of you and the inward journey inside that says you can be in control, you can be empowered, you can be courageous, you can make your own choices. And this is becoming the full expression of who you came here to be, and that you trust you and you trust this process, and that you're in the ascension process, you're just merely purifying all of this so that you get to experience the inner peace, which is the full circle of all of this. At the end of the day, this is about aligning with the full circle and the full aspect of peace and harmony and love. And not only with yourself, but with others and with what you do. And, you know, make the meaningful money. You know, I live in Oz. I just live in Oz. And, you know, I've shifted now fully out of my chiropractic practice as of last week, even though it was 1 day a week. And I can't begin to tell you what that opened up for me. Even though it was 1 day a week, I feel like so much inner strength beyond what I've ever felt. I feel freer than I've ever felt. I feel the balance. I feel this opportunity to live out all the things that I thought I could see in my mind's eye, but not in my life. And like it's in my life now, and it's in my everyday experience. And this is being able to expand into the fullest version of ourselves at our greatest potential when we can do that. And I want that for you. I want you to want that for yourself. But that's where we can't, this is where the harmony is in this, because we can take a horse to water, but we can't make the horse drink. So today, I'm taking you to the water of the fountain of your divine divinity. And I'm asking you to drink from that fountain of divinity of your highest version of you. I'm asking you to dot your I's, cross your T's, finish up these loose ends. Say yes to this journey. Say yes to what you came here to do. Honor your feelings in the process. And most importantly, I want you to take some action towards something that feels good. Along the way, you'll collect the golden nuggets that will become the big picture of what it is you're really to do. But in the process, you're going to have so much more fun doing it. So I want to hear about that. Please comment below where you're at, or going forward out of this, I want to hear a comment of what action did you take that you've been stuck in, and the minute you took one little piece of action towards it, I want to hear how that shifted your life, because that's how impactful this is. Okay? And if you have not got plugged in to my Reboot Your Soul online course that I've just launched a couple weeks ago, check it out below. There is a free trial for some of the beginning parts of it for you, just to kind of see what it's about. But there'll be a link below. So check that out, because that just might be the thing that you need to step out of where you're at and get you across the bridge to where you want to be. So much love to you. Make sure to like, comment, share the shine. And I send you loads of love and blessings this week. May you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.